everybody, come on over. Our concepts today, we have two concepts. The first one is flow. Let's say it. Flow. From flow, there are two ideas. Free flow and bound flow. So let's move our arms uncontrollably. Uncontrollably. Freeze. When we're really uncontrollable, can we stop ourselves at any time? No, we can't. So free flow means you're going and you can't stop it. So let's say free flow, and just let our arms go flow and drop. Free flow, right. So when you're free flow, a lot of times you're off balance, you're not as controlling of yourself. A lot of times people think free flow is like this, but that's actually very bound because I can stop myself at any time, see? So free flow really is going. It's a going thing. Can I stop myself here? Well, kind of, but I was thinking about stopping. Bound, let's move our arms where we feel our muscles, and let's say bound flow. So with bound flow, let's think about moving from our muscles. Move your muscles and make muscles all over and say bound flow. Bound flow. For free flow, let's move from our bones. So you're more like skeletons, which is appropriate because it's around Halloween, isn't it? And that's like free flow. So let's think about free flow as moving from our bones and bound flow as moving from our muscles. Let's see how that affects us when we travel. Stand tall, one and all. Let's come out into the space. Find a perfect spot. Freeze. All right, the first thing we're going to do is bound flow, so you're not going to be so concerned about bumping into other people, but still be aware of space. Move through the space using bound flow from your muscles. So it has kind of a tight and stiff feeling, doesn't it? Say bound. 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 All right, now let's go for the Halloween skeleton feeling. Get yourself really loose. And first, just be really free on your spot. Really free on your spot. Now, travel through the space and say free! Hard to stop. It should be hard to stop. And it should be kind of tiring to do as well, isn't it? All right, so do it again. Keep your eyes open just enough to see where other people are. Use your soft focus. One more time on free flow. Go. Nice. Okay, let's add to this the idea of shapes. So first we're going to work with the idea of shapes. Come back to the board for just a moment. We're going to learn 4 kinds of shapes. The first one is straight. Straight shapes, well, have straight lines in them. So let's have straight arms and say straight. Straight. Can you have your arms in a different direction and still have them straight? Yes. Say it again. Straight. How about a different level? Yes. So it doesn't matter what direction or level, as long as they're straight. Curved, round all the places where 2 bones meet in your body. And let's say curved. Nice. Twisted, see if you can wrap around yourself. Remember what we know about cross-lateral, like Mr. and Mrs. Arm and Leg? See if you can wrap around yourself and say twisted. Twisted. Okay, wrap around yourself another way. Say it again. Twisted. Good, let's look at the board for our last one. Here we're going to bend in all the places where bones meet. And we'll make a shape that is angular. And let's make 3 angular moves and say angular. Angular. Again. Angular. And one more time. Angular. Very nice. Now let's see if we can put that together with our bound and free flow. Stand tall, one and all. Find a perfect spot again. And freeze. Freeze in a angular shape. All right, now see if you can travel that angular shape with bound flow through the space. Here you go. Ooh, I see hopping. I see marching. Change to a different angular shape. Now see what happens when you move with free flow. Can you hold on to that shape? I don't know. Try it. All right, so you noticed that I broke it down into two pieces. I did flow first, and we moved in the space. Good. And we moved in the space. Am I in there? Is that better? We did flow first, and we experienced free and bound flow in self space and then moving through the general space. Then we came back to the board. We looked at the shapes again. We looked at the shapes for the first time, experienced them. We came out. Then we started in a shape in self space, and then we moved either with or without that shape through the general space, alternating between free and bound flow.